Hello guys, this is another video on a Switch Lite. I only have a couple more left and then I'm going to start moving on to Series S boards. I have six of them, so hopefully the future videos will just be Series S's and hopefully I can repair them. Anyway, so I've got this pink one here. It's in an extremely weird condition. There's no analog stick on this side. This one's missing its rubber. The button's not clicking on that side, so I might need a new button. ZR's not clicking. Oh, it's missing its rubber thing down there. If we look under the microscope, we could have a look at the port. I had a quick look with my eye and noticed something. You can see there is liquid damage. Quite a bit of it. I don't think it's damaged though, the port. It could be, but that's severely liquid damage. So we know that this switch is damaged with water or liquid. So first plan of action, stripping it down and seeing what's wrong with it. Oh no, it's got no battery. That's the first time I come across that. Not to worry, we have a spare battery. It is severely liquid damaged. Severely. This isn't looking good at all. Everything's damaged, including the daughter board. This connector. Oh wow, this ribbon cable's gone. Alright, so in this instance, I think we should just concentrate on this main board first, just to see if we can get this working at least. That's not a good sign. That means something on the other side is completely corroded. Right, let's look under the scope and see what's happening. So first off, start with the charge port. We know that's liquid damaged inside there. No idea what that's there in between these two. Oh, okay, it's just a test point that's corroded. This probably is completely gone. Just everywhere is cake. So my plan of action now is to clean the whole board up. I'll put the ammeter in now to show what draw we're getting. So there is a short. Wait, is there a short? No way. I'm going to use my bench power supply just to see if it is 0.05 that side. I'm going to use my bench power supply just to see what it sticks on with the with the milliamps. So what I have done is I've taken the BMS off of a Switch Lite battery and just added a bit of solder onto these points. So now I can connect it up to my bench power supply just using normal crocodile clips. And then I could look on my bench power supply what the boot sequence is. Pretty simple to do. You could inject 4 point or supply at 4.2 volts, which it's already set to. So I'm going to turn it on now, and we are getting no amp draw, so there's not a short on the charging circuit. So if I power it on now, which I don't think I can without the daughter board connected, but I'm just going to try it with this. This should enable it, which it doesn't. It's not doing anything. That's the board now that's been scrubbed down. I don't see any more corrosion yet. Yes, I do. Just by this connector. Right, let's see if we get any draw now. Still 0, 0. And on this side, still 0, 0. So that's a good thing. That means it's not shorted. The port is dodgy. So let me now use my mechanic tail meter, tail insertion meter. Let's see what the port is saying. It's normal to open lines on a light, and on the other side, to open lines. So that's normal, but it is loose. It is dodgy inside there. So we know that the port's okay, so it should power up if there's a battery inserted, or it should attempt to turn on. Let's try it again now it's cleaned up. This might be unrepairable. It's maybe too far gone. Way too much corrosion. Okay. So applying 4.2 volts now and inserting the ammeter, pulling it out, and we get nothing. Nothing at all. It is completely dead. So now let's test the fuse at the back here. Hopefully that has blown and it's saved the other components. Okay, you can't really see it very well. Nope, the fuse is okay. Let's just check for shorts. Don't see any shorts anywhere major that's preventing it from powering on. Like I said, let's try and follow the voltage round. So that's 15 volts, go into voltage mode, and let's search for it. Is there 15 volts coming out of the fuse? Which there should be. Yeah, see 15 volts, 15 volts. Is it going to M92? 2.4, 1.5, 2.8, 1.4. It seems like it is. Nothing there, nothing there. So nothing's coming out of this one. That might not until it's enabled. BQ, 4.1, 4.2. 6 volts. That's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Ah, 6 volts. Nope, nothing there. Yeah, 6 volts. That's a bit of a weird one. 15 volts. 15 volts. Is the RAM getting anything? No, RAM's not getting any draw. I don't know if it's supposed to while it's not on. It's just plugged in. What about this side? Are we getting anything? Let's try these test points. And that's it by looks of it. Yeah, just 1.2 volts on one rail. Oh, I don't know. Let's take off these shields because they're quite rusty. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You can see all that brown there. I'll look under the scope in a minute. Let's take off the shield for the APU. That could be caked as well. Would you look at that? I think this one's just going to be a Fedona board. This is just completely gone. Would that have helped it? Probably not. I might just get a daughter board just to see if we can get it some power, give it some power. Now that there's a daughter board connected, I'm going to check to see if the power button is getting voltage. Right, do we get power at the power button? 0.036. No. I don't just want to swap out M92 and guess that's the issue. But if there's no power being delivered anywhere, but it is getting to the M92, then I might have to. BQ's registering because it's getting 15 volts. It's reading 15 volts. How about if we just change M92? Not that I really want to, like just guess, but there's nothing else I can do for the minute. I've got nothing to go on. That's spot on to me. Let's see if that's made any difference at all. Do we still get 15 Vs? We do, but we do get a different draw now. That could be because the board's still warm. 0.13, 14. Right, so we've got something to work on. And on the other side, 5 volts on one side. 5 volts one side, 15 volts on the other. No, now it's 5 volts on that side. Hmm, this is so strange. Do we get a draw though at 5 volts? No, we're not. Right, let's try it with a charged emulated battery. Get a no draw. Nothing there, and nothing on my power supply. Pressing the power button on the daughter board. No, nothing. Ooh, this is tough. Because I have no idea what to do, I am just going to reflow all the major components. So those, so this time I am just gonna reflow everything. Starting from BQ. Let's see if we get any different draw with the ammeter. Getting 15 volts now, again. And on the other side, 15 volts as well. So that is a good sign. 15 volts both sides. Let's see now, are we going to get a reaction with a emulated battery? Or an emulated a battery. Okay, here we go. We're getting a bit of draw on there and nothing on here. Nothing on my power supply. We are getting slight draw on there. What? It's just rebooted? Oh no. Oh, well, that is interesting. It's trying to power up, but it can't. Is that because it's just too hot? It doesn't feel hot, but it's not drawing anything on my bench power supply. We are in a boot loop. Let's reflow the APU and the NAND. I've reflowed all three now. I also decided to do the RAM and the Wi-Fi IC. Let's see if that's made any difference. 15 volts and nothing. 50, oh, there is a dodgy port there. 15 volts and nothing. Plugged into my bench power supply, about to supply it voltage. Nah, still dead. Still absolutely dead. Maybe BQ's dead. Yeah, because it's not technically charging it. Is there a change in anything else? Supplying 4.2, plugging it in. Still nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let me try it with an actual battery. Do we actually get a charge now? No, it's not charging it at all. I believe that's something to do with the charging circuit then. Alright, I'm gonna risk it and just swap out the fuel gauge. I'm going to risk it. Okay, so do we have any change after changing the battery chip? Getting constant reboot. I think that's because it's too hot. I think it still might be too hot. Alright, try it again. Nope, still no change, just a boot loop. No, not even a boot loop. Nothing. Oh, it is trying to boot loop. So it wasn't the battery fuel gauge. Damn, this is a tough one. I know obviously it's been corroded so much, but there could be chips underneath that are completely eaten away. Unless I pull off every single chip and check them, it's not worth doing. So this one's going to be a fail video. That's sad. I would have liked to got it working. So I've been comparing with another switchboard, and this is shorted. This inductor, 1.5 ohms. It's actually 0 ohms. There you go. And if I get another one, this one, we can see that it's not shorted. reading 0. Or if I go into ohms, this one's reading, it's in the kilo ohms. Actually, I can't get a good connection on this one. There you go, that's 281 ohms on that side. And on the other side, 280 ohms. This one, as you saw, is shorted there, look, 0 ohms. And on the other side, 0 ohms. So we do have a short. This one has got blue screen of death, but I don't think that will cause that because that one was working once. So I'm going to take this off, see which side's shorted, and then inject voltage onto it. That's all I can think of. Right, so there's no short on this side. This side is reading, it's still very hot, but it's at 13 kilo ohms, and this one's 0. So is that shorted on this side? Is it supposed to be the same? I assume it is because it's an inductor. It's not shorted that side, but it's shorted on this side, which is part of BQ. So let's inject voltage and see what it does. I am injecting 1 volt just to see if we get anything. 3, 2, 1. Yep, instant 5 amp draw. Instant. So if I just do 50 millivolts, still getting dead short. Really? Okay, so at point 10, we'll get in 1.1 amp, 1.2 amps. Right, at 2.4 amps. Let's turn that light off because it's affecting it. Right in the corner there. Let's go macro. Right in the corner of BQ. I have already changed BQ. Is it short again or is that on the other side? No, it is on the BQ side. Just in that corner. Is that a bad BQ I put on it? Potentially. Okay, let me swap out the BQ. We'll take it off, see if the short goes. Going to inject voltage now. And yes, there's no shorts. Brilliant. That is a good sign. So let's see now what results we get. Was it just another bad BQ? We're not getting any volts. I mean, any amp draw. Perfect. Now let me put this. Ooh. Let me put this inductor back on. Inductor's on. Let's check to see if the short's gone. Very sunny today. Right, I think it's climbing. We're at 30 ohms at the minute because it's very hot. And on this side, yeah, still climbing, still very hot, but it's not shorted to ground, it's not 0 anymore. Have we finally done this? Woo, doubt it. So I've been charging this battery up so it's not completely dead. See if we get any boot sequence. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. 0.29, 0.44. And it reboots. I can't believe we don't have picture because I don't have a tester board anymore. But that's booted up. I believe. Oh, it's gone back down to 0. I think this is a bad port still. 0.47. That is a normal draw. So all along, was it BQ? Okay, so I changed the I changed the port. It is a switch port, not a switch light. But I just want to see if we do get anything. I know there's no battery in here. I'm going to try and emulate it. Don't know if it will work. There's a few eaten away gold pins on that ribbon cable, so most likely not. You never know, backlight might work on it. Okay, so powering it on now, trying to jump it, nothing. Let's try and do it through this. Still nothing. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, let's try it on this display because this display might actually work. Okay, now let's see if we are getting voltage to the power button. According to this, no, we're not now. Right, so I've got a battery. Back to square one. Drawing nothing. 0.27, 0.37, 0.40, rebooted. We got a display. So what is going on with this? Is it just stuck on that? No, it does work and it is charging. Yeah, it works. Oh, and then it comes with an error. 2101 00001. So that's probably why the amp draws. Yeah. So we're getting somewhere. It does come up with an error. At least I've got another test chassis. Yep, just Googled it and it is M92 issue. So that means I'm gonna have to swap out the M92. The thing is, I've recently just pulled off a load of M92s off of all my donor boards. So I don't know if they're good or not. Obviously that one is not good. Alright, that's M92 changed. Looks good again. Let's try it. Let's try it this time. Okay, here we go. Press in the power button, see if it powers on manually. And it doesn't. So that could be the connector issue. Yeah. Alright, let me try with the power cable. 0.31. Nope. Now it's not booting again. Final attempt. Spent way too much on this. It's not worth it considering how much damage is there is to it. At least we've seen it work once. Let's first see what it does with the battery. We get another boot sequence or not? No, same. Oh, hang on. 0.52. Oh, so that is another bad M92. So that could be alright now then. Jolly good. Good sign, good sign. Let's plug in the backlight and the power button. Okay, now let's see. We are getting 0.29, 0.43, a reboot, 0.57, and we have a display. Is it going to error? Or have we done it? Oh, I think I've finally done it. Oh, thank God for that. You can see the screen's water damage. It's got blotches. Is the power button working? No, power button doesn't work. It probably needs a new connector. Volume buttons work, but not the power button. That could just be my ribbon cable or the connector. I think it's the connector, to be honest. Oh, oh no, the error's still there. Okay, well, I've given up on it. I've given up. I don't know, it's just too damaged. It wasn't the M92.